Easter season means different things to different people. President Bola Tinubu's Easter message emphasized love, sacrifice, and compassion. Well, tonight, Babajide Ogunsanwo, founder of Leadership by Data and Channels Television's data analyst, is here to share more insights about President Tinubu's first Easter message. Hello, Babajide. Happy Easter to you, and thank you for joining us on the news.
Such a beautiful Sunday. All
right, beautiful Sunday. I mean, we know this is the president's first Easter message. When you compare it to other presidents, and when we talk of past presidents, is this similar to or different from those messages?
Same concept, but in his words. So if you look at the previous or past presidents, it's the same concept, but they use their words. And what we've seen in this message is similar concept, but using the president's words. But there are three reasons why this is important. The first is Section 10 of the Constitution. The governments of the federation or the state cannot have a religion. And so on Easter season, it is important that the president comes out to make it clear that the government does not have any favorite religion, because the government cannot have a religion. So Easter is one way for the president to recognize that. The second is, it is also important because of Section 10 that the government cannot have a religion, that the president also shows that he does not have a bias towards any religion and that he does not discriminate to any religion, and he will also avoid controversy. And we saw that exactly in this message. He avoided showing any bias, he avoided discriminating, and he avoided controversy. Controversy, quite important in this year, because we've seen the controversy that the U.S. president has gotten into, declaring this Easter season in very controversial circumstances as a day for transgender. What we've seen in this message is the president has avoided that controversy, and he has clearly said this is about the triumph of life over death. While in the US, they're having their own controversy over the president trying to bring this period of reflection and trying to get it into the books of the transgender community. So the summary is, what Nigerians really want to understand is, what are the highlights of this message? What did the president say? 1. 2, how did he say it? And 3, what impact did this message have? So let's start with the highlights. What did the president say, and what are the clear things from his Easter message? And if you look at exactly the summary of what the president was trying to put out this Easter, first is, he made it clear. This is about the triumph of life over death. He made it very clear that it's about the sacrifice of Jesus Christ, and those were his words, for humanity, and clearly an emphatic lesson for leaders and all Nigerians. And also clearly is commended Nigerians for the sacrifices they've made in the past few months. So what we've seen is, it's an Easter message, but like also previous presidents, what we've seen is presidents are now trying to use Easter messages as also like a springboard to talk a little of politics and economy. Looking at it decades before, Easter messages were traditional Easter messages. They stayed to the message of Easter. In this message, the president has stayed to the message of Easter, but he has also used this opportunity to talk about the economy. And clearly when we talk about the economy, it also involves politics. One way you can infer that is to look at the words that were in the message that the president released, and you clearly see him also trying to use this period to do some economic talk. So let's take a look at some of those key mentions that allows us to clearly see what is in the president's mind this Easter, and perhaps the sort of pressures that he's going through. In that message, President Tinubu, it was always about President Tinubu, President Tinubu, President Tinubu. Even though it's an Easter message, President Tinubu in that message had more mentions than even love, sacrifice, or Jesus Christ. Clearly was talking to Nigerians, so Nigerians also had a lot of mentions, 5 mentions, and then what I call political economic talk, recovery, growth, unity, 4 mentions, and then Christians, 4 mentions, Easter love, Jesus Christ, 2 mentions. So in all, yes, it was an Easter message, But the summary is it was an Easter message with a dose of politics.
But is there a way to assess how much impact Easter messages have on Nigerians? I mean, we talked about the citizens earlier. How is the public sentiment this Easter?
And that's where I really want us to really focus on, because candidate Tinubu in 2023 also released an Easter message, candidate Tinubu. So it will be good to compare how far candidate Tinubu's Easter message went compared to President Tinubu's Easter message. And if we compare it, it allows us to know and understand, like you said, what are the public sentiments? Are the public sentiments looking favorable, or are people more silent? And if we take a look at what sort of reach, looking at the tweets, looking at the mentions, looking at the likes, you will be able to make your decision yourself. 2023, Good Friday, Easter season, candidate Tinubu made an Easter tweet. That tweet had 1.4 million views. This message from the president's official handle only had less than 8,000 views, 7,285 views, compared to 1.4 million views of candidate Tinubu's tweet. Candidate Tinubu tweeted his Easter message. He then had over 2,300 reposts. This Easter message from the president's new handle, only 31 reposts. Candidate Tinubu's Easter message had over 17,000 likes. This Easter message, less than 150 likes. And so clearly, what we've seen is the president has given us his Easter message, but the Easter message of the citizens, clearly from what you see, is silence. And let's make no mistakes. Sometimes, silence has a sound.
That's a very loud silence, right? Thank you very much. Founder of Leadership by Data and Channels Television's data analyst, Babajide Ogunsanwo. Thanks for your time on the news at 10. Happy Easter to you.